Inside the Cadillac Room, where In Crowd just hosted their second fashion show of the year, showcasing 9 brands. In Crowd is an MSU organization that promotes freedom in fashion. Adding to the chain of restaurants on Grand River in downtown East Lansing, is recently opened Auntie Annie's. It's February 20th, and we are inside of the Communication Arts and Sciences building, where students are back for the first time since the tragic shooting that occurred February 13th. The MSU Union is set to reopen on April 3rd. It's Sunday, February 12th, and we are inside of the MSU tennis court where Michigan State is preparing to take on Marquette. The Spartans are now 3-2 with a 2-game winning streak. The Spartans will take on Marquette this Friday at 3 p.m. From the start of today, from last year, how have you seen the camp grow? Winter activities are in full swing at Ingham County Parks this week. East Lansing Public Library Administration is facing backlash after false accusations. We are at the Rock on MSU's campus, where staff and students have chosen to pay their respects to late victims Brian Frazier, Ariel Anderson, and Alexandria Berner. Students have chosen to paint the rock in order to pay tribute to these late souls, while also leaving their kind thoughts and flowers. The Michigan State chapter of the Alpha Phi sorority had its annual Mom's Day celebration this past Sunday. At the Creativity in the Time of COVID-19 art exhibit inside the old Sears building in Frandor, an Aztec dance group has come to present songs and dances that contribute to the history of their ancestors. East Lansing High School students staged a walkout on January 26 to object the lack of security in their school. After a weekend of nice weather, the warm temperature would not stick around for long. And where did the idea to start a camp annually originate from? In February of 2022, we saw 2 East Lansing downtown stores sadly close their doors. A Taco Bell and a Wings Over East Lansing. In height of the tragic events that took place on Michigan State's campus February 13th, many organizations have offered their assistance through services and other necessities. The calendar says it's the end of October. But on this day, try telling that to Mother Nature. Right here, Louis. Awesome enough for the 2nd grade class from Cornell Elementary to take their science lesson outside to the 4-H Children's Garden at MSU. Whether it was a time for studies or a time for a stroll,
and she has every kind of flower you can think of there. Oh,
Eve Bonta couldn't resist taking advantage of a day like this. And realizing it wouldn't be smart spending the day inside. This MSU tourism class decided to ditch the textbooks for a real tour today. Michael Suarez didn't mind moving the lecture outside. And although these students may be well past the 2nd grade, they are never too old to have a little fun and learn a little bit too.
Let's go!
And while all these garden goers are enjoying the day, they all know there aren't going to be many more days like this. In East Lansing, I am Zoe Ruffin reporting. What is your definition of culture? Some may view culture as just a list of rules. Others see culture as a lifestyle, full of traditions and arts. At the Creativity in the Time of COVID-19 art exhibit inside the old Sears building in Frandor, an Aztec dance group has come to present songs and dances that contribute to the history of their ancestors. This dance group made sure to give a detailed explanation of the exhibition and gave a bit of feed-on experience, allowing the audience to learn a few dance moves.
It's a great way to both preserve the tradition, learn about the history of the Mexican people, and also just build community with one another.
What a great community they have built. The audience was eager to share their thoughts and questions and applaud the group for their commitment to introduce their lifestyle to them. Nancy D. Joy says she understood how important it was to bring this dance group to Lansing.
I could feel the power of keeping this tradition alive.
This dance group's job was to enlighten the Lansing community about the significance of diversity and they did just that.
It feels great to be able to be given the space and the place to share who we are as a people.
In East Lansing, Zoe Ruffin reporting. Don't you just love creativity? Creativity can be expressed in many ways, especially through a student fashion show. Inside the Cadillac Room, where In Crowd just hosted their second fashion show of the year, showcasing 9 brands. In Crowd is an MSU organization that promotes freedom in fashion. In Crowd was founded in the fall of 2023, and the members pride themselves in the work they have done alone.
We want people to know that In Crowd is a Black student-ran fashion org on campus, and everything that we do is through us, from the funding to the planning to the events to everything.
With this being their second fashion show, people cannot help but notice how much of a difference it is from then to now.
It was everything that I could have dreamed of, like even like being at the first one to the second one, to see how much like growth and development like the leadership had from the first one to the second one was amazing.
The show had live hosts and even an intermission to make it feel as real as possible. Members of In Crowd expressed that the process was long, but worth it all in the end.
If you missed the show, I would say I would be there for the next one, because the only thing In Crowd is gonna do is like keep growing and getting better. Like this was their first year as an official org, and they did amazing work.
In East Lansing, Zoe Ruffin reporting. As we all know, the holidays are approaching, but for MSU students, that is not the only thing that they are preparing for. Finals week is on the rise here at MSU. I asked faculty and staff how they plan to alleviate stress during this time.
To alleviate stress, I like to give myself lots of breaks and also things to look forward to. So I do in fact go to the dining hall for one of my breaks, get myself some ice cream, and once I finish all my work, that's what I have to look forward to.
Yesterday was actually a pretty stressful day for me, so I pretty much just came home, and cooking is a really big outlet for me.
But what professors could do is make space for some self-care. Maybe put out a nice bowl of fruit, or maybe offer a time where there's some breathing exercises happening. Maybe do some yoga stretches.
After a demanding finals week, many students look forward to Christmas break as a time to relax and to prepare for the upcoming semester.
My plans for break would be just to go back home, visit family, do some traveling, hopefully. I haven't really had a break since fall break, and that wasn't enough.
I'm going to be going down to North Carolina to visit a friend that's doing a co-op down there, which is going to be super fun.
I'm looking forward to going home and having a nice little month off where I don't have to do anything, which is going to be very exciting. No responsibility, basically, is what I'm really looking forward to.
Happy holidays, and have a productive and non-stressful finals week. In East Lansing, this is Zoe Ruffin, signing off. Passion, dedication, and creativity is all it took for this small business owner.
My name is Leonard Smith, and this is Trey Media.
Early on, Leonard Smith knew he didn't want to just work a regular 9 to 5.
When I was in high school, I was always an entrepreneur type minded person. So I always kind of like wanted to find ways to make money without like necessarily going to get a job.
Leon is definitely very talented. His creativity is definitely unimaginable. Honestly, his work speaks for himself.
Leon has definitely managed to grow his business into a one-stop shop where he provides videography, photography, and all other mass means of communication.
I got my first camera, started taking pictures. From there, I started doing videos, and that kind of got me to where I am today.
And his hometown, Detroit, is what he believes motivated him.
I honestly feel like Detroit kind of made me who I am. Like without my city, I feel like I wouldn't be the man I am today. And growing up in Detroit, sometimes, Detroit can be a hard place to live sometimes. It also surrounded me around a lot of people that had a mindset of if you don't have it, go get it.
He's a very patient and articulate person. His job is to make you feel comfortable and to make you feel satisfied with every shoot. Every shoot I had with him, it was very I could be myself.
Like all other businesses, Trey Media
has had some bumps in the road.
You know, trying to stay consistent and, you know, like you said, not getting discouraged. Sometimes you can find yourself comparing yourself to other people, feeling like you're not where you want to be. Just having a certain expectations of yourself that can kind of, you know, deter you from, you know, wanting to put out content or whatever the case may be.
I feel like COVID-19 broke a lot of people down, and Lynn honestly prospered through the whole situation. She was making a lot of shoots happen for a lot of people.
His dedication and hard work is what saved his business.
Look at day one, look at where you are now, you're gonna see the growth. You can just find it in yourself to just wake up every day and just work toward the same goal. Eventually you're gonna build something that can nobody else tear down or, you know, take from you.
In East Lansing, Zoe Ruffin, signing off.